Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special episode of the Visionary Circle podcast. It's me and my co-host, Mr. Sergio. And we have two very special guests today, the owners of an amazing marketing company,
Hire AS.
Hire AS, that's owned by Jackie and Anna. Welcome, Jackie and Anna.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Okay, so they took our little fist bump.
No. It's iterating. It's just...
Okay, you're mirroring us.
Feel the energy.
Yeah, that's all it is. It was just so powerful, so we wanted to...
You guys felt that when you guys linked? You guys felt that?
Yeah, we want that vibe.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, we want to feel... Yeah,
when you guys hit it, you were automatically pregnant, so something happened there.
Oh my God.
That's how babies are made.
That was so easy. He's like, come on, man.
Damn it, not happening.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, guys.
I want to make something happen.
That's not the birds and the bees, kids.
Well, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
It's my first time meeting you guys. Sergio has a lovely, long-standing relationship with you guys, and he's told me so much about you. And right from the get-go, from the moment they walk in, they have a plan. They have a marketing plan, which was really cool and exemplary of what your company's all about, where you find unique opportunities to tell a story about whatever your business is doing, whatever you're doing. So you guys will be seeing a collaborated reel of a very fun kind of intro to this whole podcast experience. My curiosity as somebody who's I've owned multiple businesses, never multiple businesses together, but in sequence, just to not sound way richer than I actually am. But always I get good at what I'm doing very quickly. I learn the ins and outs very quickly, and then I find the struggle when it's time to broadcast to the world what I do, how good I am. What is in the simplest way possible? What is marketing?
If he's asking for the simplest way possible, I'm going to have her answer that.
Yeah.
You don't want the long answer with me.
Basically, you're making a connection, right? If you, as a consumer, if you want to buy something, it's because you feel connected to it for whatever reason. And that's what I think is marketing, just the connection. Developing
that connection. Were you guys in this industry before social media or during social media, or like now when it's social media has shaped the marketing industry?
For me, I was in the industry when social media was, I wouldn't say just starting, but I think when they were just starting to realize like that the agencies, had the ability to, do paid media, do collaborations with influencers or spokespeople. That's what they used to say, spokesperson. But I don't know about you. What about you?
Yeah, well, I've been in marketing my entire career. And when I started, I think Instagram was already around, but companies weren't using it as much as they did now. It's only been in like the last, like maybe 10-ish years.
Yes.
That it's been like really like taken off.
I don't know why I remember like seeing all the old icons of all the the Twitter and the Instagram, and that's what I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Vine.
Things are just I remember when Snapchat came out and we were talking to clients about using that. And
you guys remember MySpace? Or
MySpace.
Or did I age myself?
MySpace, I was not. I mean, I remember it, but not from.
I learned a little HTML because of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to have an amazing page. So MySpace, for those that don't know, is like it's like Facebook.
It's like Facebook.
It's like Facebook, but you get crazy customizability, like too much customizability. So you control what the background color is, what song pops up, little animations on the page. Like you can go crazy. And
top 8, anyone?
Top 8?
Top 8. Let's not forget about that.
That's the website where we grab the things from? Is that what that was?
The top 8 was like your top 8 people, friends.
Oh, okay.
It was dramatic.
Another level of intimacy.
It would change.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was drama, I feel like.
I'm almost shocked that went down. I feel like it's more. I don't ever go on Facebook, but if I had all that MySpace option stuff, I would still have it. I think so. I think because you could put your own music. People go to your page and then plays a song that you felt that way.
It felt more like personal. In a way.
It did. You know, the comparison I make MySpace to like modern day social media platforms is like it's like going to the mall and going to the swap meet. Like going to the mall, everything's structured, it's repeatable.
Oh, okay.
It's a very similar experience, and they offer you their value, but everything's kind of structured.
Yes.
The swap meet, it's colorful. It's so amazing. Like it's such a captivating experience, but because it's less structured, it's harder to scale it. And I guess on a social media platform, you want something more like a mall where you can make it for everyone and you can make it for India and America and still have the same, tuning features without it kind of going out of hand. So
I will say though, Leo, that I feel like TikTok has created the space for the swap meets. I think it's the algorithm is much gentler and expansive for people. There's room to be more authentic, and I hate to use the word authentic, but like more unique to who, like your views and the way you want to do things. There's more forgiveness of like production value. Like you don't have to do anything crazy. And now with TikTok Shop and people going live, like I think it just reminded me of how what you're saying right now is like, well, now there is an opportunity for those people to do something online where it doesn't have to be so like structured in the way that sometimes corporations can do that now. And now they're trying to be like authentic, right? Like, oh, what's that? Je ne sais quoi, you know?
That's like the hot word, authenticity.
Yeah.
In marketing in general.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to achieve. I think it's like, what are you actually authentic, or are you a trendy authentic that people? It's a very hard thing to be described. It's like cinematic in the world of filmmaking. Like we always say, oh, that looks cinematic, and everyone jumps.
It's like, oh, it's just sepia tone. It's not necessarily cinematic.
Exactly. Or it's like, oh, do you think it's cinematic because you use an expensive lens or expensive? So I think authentic is cinematic in our world.
Yeah. What I like about the TikTok Shop too, or TikTok in general, is the community. Like that's very strong. So if they actually find an authentic person that's like struggling or something, that TikTok community will like go.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also the opposite, where like if you're a business owner and you are road raging and someone filmed you doing it, your ratings get shut down. People will go after you. So
it's got the two sides.
It was this TikTok guy that was fed, and his whole spiel was like he would just record himself doing his everyday life, and then he made enough money where he didn't have to do that anymore.
But tell him what he was doing with his everyday life.
He was literally
the bus guy?
No, that's another guy.
Okay,
this guy would literally just go to the office. He'd put his computer in his backpack, then record himself typing, and then put his computer in his backpack and leave. And that was it.
Yeah.
And people ate it up because they're like, I do that with my life. And then now he's like an influencer, and people are like, you've sold out, bro.
Yeah.
And there's like other people doing like analysis of his downfall. That's how like serious it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's one thing that me and Leo were talking about is like, if I were, and it's easier said than done, but if I were to hit the lotto, what would I still be shooting weddings? And my answer is always yes. That's how much I love it, because it's not just about going to work. The work to me is not even in like it's at the way bottom. Yeah. To me, it's like the working with my friends, creating something, challenging myself, because I go to a lot of the same venues, so I try to be creative in different couples, and then meeting the couples. Like I always try to be friends with my couples, but you also have to read the room. Did they just hire me because they love my work and that's all they want? Okay, I'm gonna give them that. But there are some couples that want to like are open for a friendship, and I'm there for it. You know what I mean? It's like, let's hang out, let's go out, let's go eat after, or whatever the case may be. So that's why when I say, like, if I were to win the lotto, would I still be doing it? Yes, 100%. Would I go home to a mansion? Probably.
That's okay. Only different.
It's okay. It's all right.
That reminds me a lot of like, you know, my career had led me to a point where, you know, I had reached a ceiling, a good one, like financially and career wise, and I wasn't happy, and so I was, you know, I took time to be really retrospective of like, okay, how did I get here? And I bring this up because that's really the pivot of like how Higher AS like honestly started. And I think that's a great like comparison of like, when you have everything you think you want or need, like, who are you really? What is it that you really want to do? And how do you really want to experience life? And for me, I was like, it was like, dude, like, this is not living. Like, I wanted to, this path towards Higher AS was also a path towards back to me, to who I really am. And I'm very open about my therapy and stuff. And people I learned in therapy, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but in life, there's a role self of the role that people put on us, or we hear is how we should be doing things. And then there's the real self. And a lot of times that real self, we put them back down here, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll get back to that, because we're scared. And because I had reached this ceiling, I was like, and I'm not even happy. I was like, then what's the point? So then I had to like really, it just has been very transformative. And it's, I think that's like when you talk about your passion for this photography with your couples, for me, it's like Higher AS and Donas and Tortas has allowed me to really live in my truth. And to bring it all back around, I think that's where authenticity is, when you can really like sit in your truth and be good with it. And I think that helps to like, you know,
Yeah,
do
and
all
I
the
think
stuff.
that's why I brought it up, because you're talking
Yeah.
about this guy. He became big, and then he left doing what got him big, and I think it's because he wasn't doing what he was passionate about. Whereas if I were to be doing
that was
like
sneaky,
posting
dude. I like what
TikTok,
you just did there.
I'm just saying, like, if I were to be posting
what
right
you did
and
there.
I became rich because I'm showcasing my photography,
Right.
I wouldn't go anywhere else because I'm still doing what I love to do.
Right.
And I would just continue doing that, you know?
Beautiful.
Whereas with him, he's just like, all right, I'm rich now. I can leave. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Also, I don't know this guy, but I want to kind of I want to predict what like his social media looks like, right? So I assume that because everyone's posting these get ready with me mornings that are very lavish and the acai bowls that never end and like just a crazy morning routine.
Yeah.
He's going against the grain and showing you like my life is so boring, right? Is this correct or not?
Yeah, pretty
Is
much.
that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just driving his boring SUV,
Exactly.
eating a boring granola bar.
So this is my take, right? I studied in Egypt, so this is kind of like geographically away from where we are, but
Okay.
the analogy is
Okay.
very close. He's a guy with really good vocals, and he would always do videos, a kind of a parody of how to sing like Michael Jackson, how to sing like a bunch of famous musicians, and he would kind of parody them. Like his whole thing was kind of making fun of them, but he would actually imitate them so well. And he would get so many views being that character. One day he tried to make his own song and it completely flopped. And I think that it's because if you get famous trying to poke fun or not necessarily poke fun, kind of be how do I word
And other
this?
people's tails, basically, right? It's like
Thank you so much.
right?
That's the
Doesn't
perfect way to
feel
put
like-
it. If you try to get famous on other people's things or just by resisting other people's things, but you don't have a message.
Yeah.
How about this? Let's minimize this to a quote. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, or you'll fall by anything,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
Because I assume this guy, like he saw that maybe there's actually something he actually wanted to do. Maybe there's a way to display his lifestyle that he was excited about, but he's like, I don't want to be like everyone else. Let me just do this boring thing, like this shtick. And unfortunately, it just really took off. And now he's trying to do what he actually is excited about, is being more artistic, being more, wishful with the way he prepares his day. And now it's not working for him, kind of like that other guy. So
I
don't
love
know.
this example, Leo, because it talks about this idea. Like, I think a lot of times with business owners and artists, it's like there's this sort of need to get to the top fast, but it's like at what price,
what
right?
price?
And it's like you're trying to get there and you want this success, but it's like the fall will be like that might be the fall, like the reason you fall.
100%.
Right? And so I think I've been able to, I don't know if you guys feel the same way as entrepreneurs, but it's been a learning of like really being methodical about what we're sculpting and building, because at the end of the day, I want to, it's what keeps like it's the truthness of those choices that keep me like grounded.
Yes.
And knowing that like I just always feel like we're just like building, it's like building blocks. It's like literally the
100%.
bricks. It's like, cause I already know what it feels like to get to that top, you know? And,
Yes.
and so, and I, to your point about like, those reasons have to be real.
They have to be solid. You have to be stepping on real blocks.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I do want to ask a marketing question. So, a lot of times when it comes to, we're filmmakers, we fall under the category of a marketing expense for our clients. We're doing marketing for them, right? But we're not
Right.
marketing experts, we're video experts.
Right.
So there's a lot of the intentionality of the video that is outside of our area of expertise. So my question is this: a lot of times we as filmmakers focus on the audio, the cleanliness of the audio, the lighting, all that stuff. And there's always this underlying question of like, does any of this even matter? Does any of this audio,
The work
video,
you all do.
the visuals, this whole sometimes we'll do a $10,000 video that will get 200 views, like it flops. And it may be a marketing thing, they didn't boost it, like regardless of what the reason is. But my question is like, what actually matters when it comes to marketing?
It's again, my belief is that marketing is connection. So what really matters, it's the story, right? That's why this crappy video can go viral, because for whatever reason that story really hits people, and that's why, like you said, a $10,000 video, you're just like meh, next.
Yes, and it happens, and it's terrifying because we build our business on the perfection and
Yeah, you're
beautifying.
relying on.
And it's like, what, dude, does it actually matter? Like sometimes I had a friend ask me on set. I was like, brother, we need a hair light. Like, I need it to be. And he's like, bro, does any of this actually matter? Like, let's get moving. And I was like,
I would challenge,
what a scary question.
I would challenge it, and hopefully an encouraging thing for you guys in your place, because we always talk about this. We're like, we're not videographers. Like, we sometimes have to step in because people's budgets are small, whatever. But in an ideal world, I'm like, I would love to have people like you come and join us, and
I don't even know what a hair light is.
Right? Yeah, I don't even. So I think my advice is to, because I'm an eternal optimist, is like, how do you being in that place, in that space, is being collaborative with whoever it is, the marketing person, or trying to figure out like your own lens in the story, and being like, you know what, I think this lighting or this shot is gonna
accentuate or emphasize
this part of like, because you guys are artists, you do know what it feels like, of like which shots are gonna really tug at your heart or make you feel emotions, and that's, to me, connection is when you can like turn all those, like, I think of these lights right here, and you just like they all start turning on, and it's all these emotions that are happening, and that's filmmaking too, is like a shot can make you feel something, like a certain position that it's at is can tell you a lot. So I would say lean on your stories telling skills if you feel like maybe the script you have in front of you is like, oh, you know. And sometimes we've been in positions where it's very collaborative. It's like, look, this is what the script is, but you have the visual eye of like, how do you bring this to light in a way that's like gonna be
more impactful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and to piggyback on exactly what you were saying, when I was doing my channel, I'm not the best storyteller, but I knew that my talent was to how to shoot like the product or whatever that I was showcasing. So I would almost like play to my strengths, even though it was a lot more work. I was like, I know how to do this and make it look enticing. Whereas like I'll watch this guy that I'm more inspired by, that he has like that, you know, Amazon tripod with the old school camcorder, but
noise,
he knows how to outside.
Yeah, but it doesn't pick it up. Yeah, we're good.
But
somebody was playing a meme. I'm like, sounds like a meme. Like,
it's like a child.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, it's squirrel. And he's just recording on a camcorder, but his information is so good that's why we watch it. Like, he just knows how to speak.
It's
he
the
knows
story.
what he's talking about.
Whatever he's sharing.
Yeah,
it's captivating enough, and it doesn't matter how it's shared.
Yeah,
it does. Well, it does.
Right.
It does, but that's really what people are consuming. What's the information being shared?
Yeah,
and how it's shared is just the cherry on top.
So going back to what Leo was saying, is like, does it really matter? I feel like it matters if you're playing to your strengths. You know what I mean? But if I had someone that can write me the script, and you know what I mean, and I'll film the stuff where everyone's strength is being put,
right?
Then it's like, I think it'll work out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Hollywood has taken a huge hit with like the development of content creation and the advancement of the cameras on your iPhone and the way social media is stealing the entirety of the human population's attention span. Like, if you were to monitor where people are looking throughout their lives, they're spending the majority of their time looking at their cell phone.
I'm looking at my phone right now, Leo.
Right,
and you don't even know it, dude. Right now.
Yeah, right. That's probably the next step, is to like conceal.
That's why she's so quiet.
She's I'm actually writing a blog right now. Yeah,
multitasking level 1,000.
Yeah.
We're in a podcast, but don't worry, I'll get right back to you. I'm actually driving right now.
I knew it.
But yeah, it's like the human attention span is going to these phones, and this was a new competitor that no one expected. It's competing with all forms of marketing, all forms of storytelling. Anything that was designed to grab attention is up against like a virus in terms of like how effective it is.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your guys' take on attention span. Like, how has your marketing shifted? What has kind of changed in your world because of this ever so tightening attention span of people?
It's really interesting because my background is in copywriting, so it's just writing short lines or whatever. And people, like, there's this kind of misconception, I think, where people say, "Oh, they're not going to read something long," and people will read something long if it interests them. The same thing with like videos. To speak to your point, most people are just watch the 10-second video, but if you look on YouTube, there are 30, 40-minute videos that people watch, and I'll watch a 30, 40-minute video. So I don't think attention span has changed, so to speak. There's not less of it. It's just you have to be really dedicated. You have to like Again, the story really has to be there. Otherwise, you're not going to get it.
And niching. I think that reminds me a lot of like niching down.
Because there's so much information everywhere, right? That if I'm looking for something ultra specific, I'm going to find it.
That's like the other side of, I think, the attention span is like now things have become so niche. Like, I'm going to bring up TikTok again. Like, I'm going to have a baby gig, y'all, because of the...
So excited.
Because of the thing.
Okay.
Oh, now it's twins.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
But like, dude, like there's content for, I mean, from like general things to like very specific things. Like I'm 10 weeks pregnant. Like, what are my symptoms? And there's like this array. It's like there's this specificity, I think, is because as marketers we're always trying to see, like, because the way you're positioning it right now, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like that is, there's a lot of, now there's a lot of access and it's changing industries and whatnot. But as a marketer, right, I'm thinking about business owners, I'm thinking about nonprofits. Like, the more that they can be specific with their content, they'll stick around for the long super text or the long caption or the long video or the YouTube videos, like equipment videos. Like, there's these long videos, you watch them too, and people stick around because it's like
people still read like 1,000-word blog posts if it's information that they deem valuable.
Yeah,
but
that
sometimes I'll just read a
changed.
headline.
Wow. It's kind of like podcasting too. I mean, it's always awesome to get high energy guests like yourselves here because we can make short reels of like certain topics to kind of get people to watch the entire thing.
Yep.
And hopefully they do stay with the entire thing. That's why I always get excited to push our guests because it's like, man, I hope you guys are watching because it's fun. This is fun. They're fun. They're fun guests and they have great information. Right? Yeah, so
we're so fun.
Right?
We're so fun.
Leo, do you know?
Come on, listen. Sorry, I had to fit it in there today. I have the mic, dude.
That's so funny. Do you know what a niche is?
Of course, bro.
Yeah?
Come on. NICHE.
You asked him this, dude?
Do you know
He's
what
like,
it
yeah,
is?
my sister has two of them.
I'll tell you what a niche is, brother. I'll tell you what a niche is.
Tell me what a niche is.
Does he know?
So a niche in ecology, I used to be a biology teacher.
What?
So the origin of the word niche is whenever you have, let's say you have a snake and a rabbit and a dog all living in the same environment. A niche is exactly what type of resources the rabbit is going for. So for example, you can have two different types of species coexist if they're not occupying the same niche. So it's essentially what resources of this environment is this animal consuming? What is that animal's niche? And it was always, niche was brought up when we were talking about natural selection and competition in ecology, in like biological environments. It's essentially, how do you know if two types of the same rabbit which one will survive? Well, if the other one evolves to occupy a different niche, even though they're in the same physical space, but this one's eating snails while this one's eating birds, they're occupying different niches, so they won't compete. They'll survive. So in the world of marketing, a niche is the same thing.
Oh my God, I love what you did there.
Cool,
okay,
yeah?
Okay.
Cool analogy.
I thought niche was the opposite of a nephew.
I didn't know you were going, bro. Now I sound like the over the top, like I went way too far with it.
Let him have his moment. That was great, dude.
Bro, you just, I blew up a balloon and you're like,
I know, dude. I love what you did there. That is a great way of that perspective of what's going on. Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, that's it was actually just a niece with
or that, I guess, or a niece, right?
or a different flavored quiche, right? Yeah. So.
Now you're just making me hungry.
Quiche sounds good.
I'm around him a lot, so he does all these smart, like big, things all the time, and I always have to like bring it down. And it's
level the playing field.
It's just hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious.
No,
and then he does a lot of play with words.
He's a biology teacher.
I know.
That makes
and the thing is,
too.
it gets into.
Let's switch the mic on him, dude. What is that about?
My biology experience seeps into every episode. Something about like biology, it's so freaking relevant, and it's about everything. But that's what niche is, bro.
Wasn't that your major, biology?
No, my major was English.
No, but before English.
No, when I started my college career, I was an engineering major.
Oh, sorry.
And then I was just like, no.
You definitely have an engineering structure to you. I see that.
Yeah.
Engineers
I'm very pragmatic, yes.
Yeah, they have that structure to them, and like when you answer questions, you like kind of break it down, and it's like you're building something.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, that's exactly.
That's what my blog post is about that I'm writing right now.
As that whole thing you were talking about niche, she was writing a whole blog.
Yeah.
It's ready. It's posted.
Yeah.
Leo.
Live journal.
Live journal.
Live journal.
So if I was a business owner that has a limited amount of resources, whether it be time or money, and maybe I don't have the resources to hire a company right now, what is one platform that you think I should go all in on, and what should I do to go all in?
Okay.
You should do her favorite F word is focus.
Oh,
So
Like scared you were gonna say
No.
the other one.
not focaccia. No.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good.
So yeah.
focaccia is like when someone falls, you go focaccia.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the knees.
Just like that.
Knees. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is that it? Or did he
Like
just make
focaccia.
that up?
No, he
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, Leo, I love you, dude. I love you. This is
Focaccia
so funny.
is bread that you
I like that one better.
massage.
I like the bread better, but
Yeah. Focaccia.
okay.
I'm gonna say that from now on.
Oh god.
You have yours now, and she has hers now.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So your favorite F word is focus.
It is focus, yes, because you told me to. This is part of me, right? So
Yeah.
Here we go. Yes, because I think, like you said, most entrepreneurs who are starting out, they don't have a lot of resources. So yeah, don't be everywhere at once. Don't try to do it all because that doesn't work. You'll get burned
Yes.
out, and it's like you're gonna dilute a lot of the stuff that you're doing. So I always say focus. So you asked me what platform. I hate to sound all nerdy, but it's like, where are the people that you're trying to reach? Like, if you're looking for like older people, they're probably on Facebook, right? If you're looking for really young people, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's still older people who are on TikTok, but I'd say between figuring out who are you trying to reach would determine that. A lot of the times, even LinkedIn could be a place, depending on your type of industry, where it's like maybe you really want to do more, like, for example, for events. I think I always tell event planners or event vendors to work on LinkedIn, because a lot of the times there's corporations, HR people, and they do a lot of corporate events, team building, and there's a lot of opportunity on LinkedIn. So I think it just, based on where you want to focus on, figure out where your people are at. The other thing I would tell people to do is, it's not a marketing thing, but it works very closely with marketing. And something I learned that a lot of people don't take it in seriously enough is sales. So as much as, like, yes, you can post stuff online and you'll get the reach and you'll start the engagement, if you really want to start closing sales, start actually like reaching out to people and doing those sales calls, sales meetings, following up with people, because that's going to be a good like foundation. So you're not like hoping and baking that like this marketing is going to bring people down the funnel immediately. Like, that marketing takes time to develop and grow that online business and reach.
And marketing is just a piece of the final transaction, right? Marketing is what kind of like brings you to the door, and sales is what gets you to sit down and sign the contract.
Yeah. So I think sales is a other big part of we try to like advocate small business owners about, because a lot of the people that are doing sales, those potential clients, they're gonna look at your stuff. So the marketing is still important, but like she said, who's gonna sit down and like sign it off? That takes that sales stuff, which I know not a lot of people like. Mm-hmm. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're already like
You're doing a lot of stuff.
you don't like. So might as well make some money.
Right.
Yes.
And do the sales like above anything. It's like, get that money in there through the sales, and let marketing be your team player in that process, and building that storytelling and credentials of what you can do.
Like kind of helping create the pipeline for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's like the least thing that I like about my whole thing.
And I was looking at you the whole time,
Sales.
y'all.
Yeah, sales is,
We're gonna
is
change
tough.
this.
Like, I tried my best for like my work to be my sales,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But still, you still got to go in
still-
and chase the client and
And cultivate the clients you already have, right? Because that's a part of it too. Is it's like it's chasing or like getting new clients, but it's also cultivating the clients that are going to be there for you, and it's a relationship.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah, because they get married, and then they
for you, it's like
they get
todo, la
pregnant,
quinceañera.
and then and they do the maternities, and there's like a lot.
whole thing, yeah.
You just got to bring that value.
You have like lifelong clients, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do.
That's
cool.
cool.
It's fun, man. But then you start to see how time flies, because that maternity, and now they're 5 or 6, and you're just like,
that's
whoa,
crazy.
it's going by so
That's
fast.
crazy.
But I think time will fly if you're having fun and you're doing what you love to do. Yeah. So
you're loving what you're doing.
Yeah.
I love that. So limited resources, business owner, go all in on one platform, find out where those people are. So if you're looking for youngins, if you have an ice cream shop, maybe TikTok. If you're looking for, if you're a real estate person, you're trying to find business people, LinkedIn. What would Instagram be the spot for?
Instagram's in the middle part. It's like the sweet. It's like,
it's like been around long enough that everyone knows it. It already has a reputation for being like a search engine when people look for stuff. So yeah, it's like younger Facebook, I would say.
Yeah, it's like people who are like, because there's a lot of people who are like, I don't TikTok, but they're on Instagram sharing the same reels.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think like Instagram, is probably a safer place to be depending on your target audience if it's somewhere in between. But if you're talking to like really like Gen Z, like really young people, like you want to make sure you have a TikTok account.
Okay.
Yeah,
TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is very enticing because I feel like the algorithm is on steroids. Like when things blow up, they blow up for real.
And it takes a couple of days sometimes, and then you're like, oh shoot, like
things happen.
We're okay, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like because there's so much Gen Z. And
Gen Z.
It's scary. It gets scary out there.
I said that, and I probably said that in the worst way possible. But
I'm like, come on.
I didn't mean it that way. No, let me rephrase that before I get beat up, bro. These guys, they don't play around, man. Nope. They'll come at you like 4,000 comments strong.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
you shouldn't. Yeah, just let go of everything. But
she's like a Gen Z advocate right here. You're the ultimate.
No, I love them. I for sure love them.
I love like slang and all that. Like
there's one thing when it comes to a following based on Gen Z that is challenging to me as a business owner, which is you spend so much time and money in creating this following. Little do you know that this entire following doesn't have more than $100 to spend on anything. So that's where my challenge comes with Gen Z. It's like they're the ones that are spending most time on social media. So they give you this false positive of what you're capable of as a business. A lot of friends that are TikTokers, they have hundreds of thousands of followers / views, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're struggling to make like basic income from their following. And it's to me, it's like
so you're talking about like content creators?
Content creators, people in the fitness space, people in the fashion space. They put a lot of time and energy into that, and they have crazy followings. They amazing comment and interaction, but no money, like zero money.
Oh,
it's like a desert.
I see. Well, I think that goes back to
sales.
Your sales.
Yeah.
Who are your clients? Because if your clients aren't these followers, like probably should be on Instagram trying to get those clicks or whatever. And I think I was just talking to somebody today about this. So it's like going viral is great. Like great, you got a lot of reach and maybe you have new followers, but that doesn't guarantee they're going to spend money on you, right? On your product.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, PR is PR. Like you never, like we got a really cool gig last year. A PR company contracted us for a campaign and a Gen Z person recommended us because they liked our content. So, I mean, that's just kind of like a one-off story, but like it just depends on what you're building to with this audience. Is like if they really do want to root for you, maybe it's not through money, but it's a referral or you create opportunities from a business perspective. You create opportunities for this Gen Z community. If they love your brand so much, but they don't want to buy it, then make an opportunity for them to feel your brand. So I'm thinking fashion, like do a pop-up, like do an event.
Okay, get physical.
Like get physical, like because there is still something there. They're
value.
Interested.
It's not financial.
Value.
Thank you. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, like what came to mind is if like a company's trying to break into the Gen Z market, you're immediately someone they trust. So they'll pay you big bucks to tell them buy this.
So you're looking at value deeper than just a dollar bill transaction right out the gate. That is really cool. And I'm going to talk to them about that. Okay, that's really cool.
That's the best way for any business, honestly. We've had to be creative like that too, because not all entrepreneurs have the marketing budget, but maybe we can find other business partners or organizations that are bigger that work with entrepreneurs and we work with them and still access them. And so we've been able to, so we're not like, we're still helping, but we're trying to find a way to still have a business and be sustainable.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's hacking that has to go. You have to hack things around.
Yeah,
you got
get creative.
You have to be creative. Like,
yes.
That's what I've learned.
Yes.
I'm still working. I'm still, we're still baby entrepreneurs, but I feel like if you really believe in it, like you find a way because you believe in it. So
absolutely.
I always say Hire AS has to exist. That's what keeps me going. I'm like, it has to exist. Like there's so many beautiful things that have happened because of it. So I'm like,
and our domain is we have it until like 2 more years.
So there you go.
So it has to exist.
It has to.
It has
Just
to
like,
exist.
It has to. We paid for it. Silly. Anyway, yeah.
Can we go a little bit deeper?
Before I have a funny joke
go
before we go.
ahead. Okay.
But you just said it has to exist because of the domain, right? So there's this Egyptian joke
Okay.
where
Let's hear it. Let's go.
So it,
Let's go.
they go. So that's the Y2K event where they tell everybody that the world's going to end in 2020,
Yeah.
and then one Egyptian guy comes out the back.
2000, right?
2000,
In
right?
2000, sorry, 2000 comes out the back saying, "Guys, don't worry, nothing's gonna happen." And he seems like a simple human, like he's not a scientist or anything. And they're like, "Why are you so confident? Why do you think he's not?" And then they look in his hand. He has a can of tuna. He says, "Because this can of tuna is expiring in 6 years." So
Oh my god.
kind of like you guys, you
Like,
can't.
It has to.
you have
Like,
exist.
yeah, it exists. 'cause
The
of
world
that.
has to exist
Yeah.
too. So now we could go deep. I set the ground for you.
So funny. I love that you brought Higher AS, right? So I kind of want to get into that. Like, how did that come about? And how'd you guys get the name? I love the name, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
The name, we always have this argument, like who came up with it. I think we're just like, just chit chatting one night, and we're like, how can we, like, basically tell people to hire us, and then be bilingual, but be a little clever, and that was kind of like the consensus that we came to.
Yeah. And the sentiment was always like, it's us.
yeah,
Right.
That's the what. Like when we think about marketing, we're like, okay, what is at the end
what
of the day,
sets
what
us
is that?
apart? Us.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's us, right? It's like that was the whole point. Was like we wanted to work together and help, small business owners and nonprofits, but we wanted to do it together. And so we're like, that was sort of the other part of like making sure that it was like we were a unit, and that people were like, hire them for what? So we weren't very specific because like we wanted to play around and see like where do we want to land with this, like,
Right.
The honest truth is that yes, most people are like, wow, that's fun, that's cool, but there have been people who are like, are you a staffing agency? Like, do you hire AS? Do you hire women? Like,
I see.
so, but it's okay. It's
Oh.
only been like a couple times, so
Yeah.
in the long run, it doesn't really matter.
Reflect
Like,
you guys.
When we explain it, people go, "Oh, that's cute," or "Oh, that's clever."
yeah.
So hire is as in hire or hire like hire me.
like you want to hire someone.
Okay, hire HIRE,
Yes.
and then AS. How is that spelled?
The AS?
Yeah,
ELLAS. I'm all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
AS. And AS means
Those girls.
those girls. Hire those
and
girls.
We are those
Yeah.
girls. Yes.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect play on words.
Right?
Perfect mix of two worlds,
Yes.
two cultures.
I love that.
I love it.
And the truth is, I've been wanting to work with Anna for a very long time. We met in 2016, and by like 2018, I was like, let's work together. And I remember I had a Google Drive that was like AJ projects, because I mean, I wanted to work with her. I think she's really talented. I'm not just saying that because she's my wife, but so there was always that sort of wanting to do that. And then in 2020, we had already moved in together, and
It was a pandemic.
it was
crazy
the pandemic,
times.
so a lot of self-reflection. And that's when I was like, what if, like, can we work together? And that's when we came up with the name. We got the domain. We got the Instagram, and then for 2 years, nada. We were quiet. I think people underestimate as entrepreneurs, like how the process of how long it takes to like take that leap. And we had our safe jobs. We had the safety net, but it wasn't until that ceiling that I was talking about earlier where I was like, you know what, let's go, let's do it. And she said yes. So
Love that.
I
I love that.
But I think it was like at first I was like, I'm not gonna work for free. Like we're not working for free. But I think at that point when we kind of took the leap, like she said, she was in a place in her career where she was really evaluating what she wants. And I was in a place where I'm like, you know what? I can do whatever I want. Let me just explore this. It actually seems like something I could do, and like stuff that I learned through higher areas and stuff that I learned at my day job. It's all been like ping ponging off each other, and it's neat because it kind of gives me like the space to be more creative with my decisions and endeavors.
Wow.
And have you guys always been like, because I love your guys' page. You guys are always fun. And like Leo said, like you guys walked in here, you guys had a plan.
We had a
you guys
plan.
wanted to do a video. We had fun with it. And we always like to play too. So when we find
Yeah.
someone with the same energy, let's have fun, right?
I love how you say let's play.
Yeah, let's play. That's what it is.
In all
right?
honesty, it's like 90% Jackie and like 10% me. Like our
But
relationship
it evens out that way in some
yeah,
weird way.
she's like the one who's like, let's do this, and I was just like, whoa, logistics.
She's like, can we?
Can we? But I'm also always down. Like if it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you don't say no. That's my thing.
Yeah, I'm always like, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Some people, they say an outright no. And that's always a struggle in like business, in a friendship, is the person that gives you the bold no with before you even try, before you consider it. It's just a no.
Yeah.
You can get as close as you want to a no because you need the rationality. You need that like planning, logistics. But
that's a really good point.
Yeah, but it just can't be a no. Some people are just straight up no, and that's how you have a dysfunctional friendship. Like it's like, or a business relationship where it's like everything I tell you, it's a no. It's like I get it. We have to measure pros and cons, but we can't just not do everything.
But she's good at rallying me up to the point where I'm like, all right, fine, let's do it.
I sometimes get ideas, and I'm just like, vámonos.
You were about to ask a question. What were you going to say?
What for you? That dynamic. What is it for you two?
We are
good question.
Both down.
Both down.
Yes, I'll give him an idea, so we're still getting to know each other, and I'm one of those where I'm like you, where it's like I have an idea, I'm scared to who I say it to because they might say no. Everything I tell Leo, he's down to do it.
Love that,
which is great because then it then pushes me to actually go do it as well.
Yes,
you know, and we both have our strengths and our weaknesses. Sometimes with me, like I'll have an idea, but I'm just like, I just need that little push to like, all right, let's go outside and do it. Whereas he's like, oh, all right, let's go outside. And he'll just go and he'll do it. And I'm sorry, I'm like blabbing about us.
No. This is great.
One thing that I knew that me and him were like very alike was apparently he does every month, like he'll go to the Orange Circle and he'll just for free, just do a photo shoot for families that are around. He'll just go do them. And I told him, and I saw his post and I'm like, bro, that's really cool. He's like, oh, bro, I do this like once a month. Like I'll just do. And I'm like, no way. I've been wanting to go to the beach during sunset, do a poster that says free sunset photos for couples and just capture couples, you know, with the sunset. Because it's always so beautiful. And I'm like, man, there's so many couples that are trying to take photos. They're doing selfies. I'm like, I would love.
Pop up
and then immediately he's like, bro, let's go do it.
Shut up. I was going to ask you, did you do it?
Oh, we haven't done it yet. It was like
when is it going
couple
down?
days. No, it's just a couple days that happened. And he's all like, bro, let's go do it. I'm already doing it like this. I'm like, and I was like, okay, that's the person that I need so we can go and just do the action.
I hate to sound cheesy, but it sounds like you guys have shared values.
Shared values. Definitely, 1,000%. And I think what that value is I spent a lot of my 20s and even younger years saying no to things so many times. And I think this extended way into my childhood where my brother would be like the one, when we're at our grandma's house, it's just like a temporary 2-hour thing. We're about to leave. On a school day, like I'm just tired. I'll just sit down and watch TV, eat my cereal. He'll be running around the neighborhood, meeting people. And I'm like, bro, just come chill. Like you don't know who you're going to meet. And looking back at it, my brother's younger than me, but he's far more advanced as an entrepreneur. He's far more advanced in relationships. There's so many things he gained because he said yes so many times as a child, and so many things that I've lost. So I'm trying to make up for that right now, where it's like, I'm yes man to the best of my ability. And sometimes because I'm kind of late on the treadmill, it's like my body can't keep up with it, and I'm learning how to, you know, focus on that more. But trying to be a yes man for sure.
How's it going? How are you feeling?
Amazing. It's really, you feel like you're using life the way it should be used. Like God didn't give you this time for you to just waste it. You're supposed to use it. You're supposed to take risks. You're supposed to fall down. You're supposed to meet new people.
I'm all risks.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time. I tell her, I'm like, yeah, the risk are, that's.
Yeah. No, but like I said, that's why this relationship works, I think, like as partners, but also as entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Because she understands how to push me to take the risk, but I also understand to be like, I need a second before I jump.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I won't say I won't jump.
Yes.
So then I'm just like, okay.
Then she turns back and just pushes me. And here we are. Yeah.
Only that one time.
She told me we were going to dinner, and now we're here. Now we're here.
She's all, what? It's been really exciting to see her grow, though. And I don't know, maybe call it intuition, but I always felt like that's why I was like, I want to work with you, because I think there was a part I wanted to see her like flourish and be confident, and I've seen her like, she would have never done this like years ago. So it's just like, as a wife too, like that personal part, which the friendship you all are building is really beautiful. It's like you also get to like experience that, you know, and then we get to show each other, like we get to be proud of each other outside of like us being wives, but proud of each other as like creatives, as professionals. And I remember the times that we like made sales, we'd like, or like had a presentation, and afterwards we wouldn't do the fist bump, but we'd go like
high five,
be like, woof.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just like the wins. Yeah. Celebrate all the wins. So
yeah,
very, very sweet. I love that you guys, And I think that goes back to why your business will be, God willing, so successful in the future.
Thank you.
Because your why is so powerful. You guys have like, and in terms of authenticity, like it's so deep that the roots of this business are seeping into your personal life. So you guys have definitely a very strong emotional foundation for your business. And if any business relies a lot on emotions, it's a marketing company, and you guys have that. So
thank you.
That's really amazing.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it shows in all the videos that you guys have on your Instagram.
Thanks.
I mean, I love seeing all of that stuff. Now, does that feel like work, or does it feel like, no, this is how we are, and we're just putting it in camera?
I mean, I'll speak for myself, but for me, I think it's so much fun. I mean, I was that 10-year-old kid with a camera. So to me, it's like back to your playing thing. I'm like, to me, I get to play, and then I get to play with other people, and I get them to get excited to play. And so for me, it doesn't feel that way at all. But I don't know. Sometimes for the introvert here, I don't know.
Well, I'm an introvert, but I've always liked to create things.
Oh.
I've always been, just even like making stuff with my hands. That's always been kind of like something that I love.
Pottery.
Like I've done pottery, took piano, anything where I can like physically create something I love doing. And so this is just another avenue. I guess the only thing I struggle with is she's on all the time, or she could just be like, whoosh, and she's ready to meet strangers. And like, I need a second. Like I went to some networking thing, and I was going to go with a friend, and then last minute she had to dip. So I texted her. I'm like, oh, she's not going. So I got to the event. I went to the bathroom, took a second, and then I went into the room, and it was fine. It wasn't an issue, but just the fact that I still need that moment, and the fact that I can give myself grace, that I'm able to kind of keep up with her and have fun with it.
In my defense, I'm leading the business, so even though you see me and you're like, oh, but it's like I've had to grow a lot. Like, we get a lot of no's, and I still have to keep going and doing my sales. And so a part of me has to I try to just lean into being like, well, let's just have fun with this.
Right.
Because sometimes it doesn't matter what effort you make, you will get a no, So it's like, for me, I've had to confront a lot. Like I have to be she's behind me, so she doesn't have to experience a lot of that stuff, and I have had to do that. So
you have to be piercing. You have to,
So I guess that's why I'm like, well, let's just dive in. Let's just be in it. But at least I'm happy that because of her personality, I get to protect that a little bit more for you, and you don't have to be stressed about that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I loop her in when needed. So.
So a lot of times with us, we get a lot of questions like, oh, so what's your style? What separates you from other photographers and this and that? What is it for you guys for your marketing strategy? What is it that kind of separates you, or what defines you guys as a marketing team?
I don't think I would have had the same answer a couple of years ago, to be honest. But I'm happy where we're landing today. So it's a little conceptual, but I think the best way to describe it is that Hire AS are marketing partners that help your business or your nonprofit humanize what you do. And what I mean by that is, like, you talk about emotions. It's like, it's all about the emotions. It's about the connectivity between people, between communities. And what does your product have anything to do with it, or your brand have anything to do with it? I think that's the best way to describe it. And I love your feedback, but that's like where I feel like.
And I think we can say that, talk about humanizing something, because like you said, we just have this vibe. So we're living it. Like, we're trying to humanize this kind of part of business that a lot of people dislike, or this part of business that we're just so used to doing in our day to day. So I think that's kind of what we do. We live it, we understand it, and we kind of help you make that connection too.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because it's the same thing. It goes to that concept of I wouldn't want to hire a trainer if the trainer is not where he should be, right? Like physically, it's I want a fit trainer, right? And you guys are the same with marketing. You guys make it look so fun, and it's I want that energy for to come out of mine, my business and stuff like that. So you guys are that example. You guys already show the example of what we can do for you as well, right?
Thank you, dude.
It's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love seeing that.
Affirming. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, of course. And now you said something else. So you have Hire AS, and then you have.
Oh, yes.
What's this called?
Donas y tortas.
Donas y tortas.
Yeah.
Can I jump in with my Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, a ver.
It's a restaurant.
No,
I see
Donuts and tortas.
but it is
Dessert
food.
and
Yeah,
lunch.
It is food.
It is a play on words,
It
right?
is a play on words.
It is a play on words.
Okay.
It's your stepchild.
It's my stepchild.
She inherited.
I
This is
inherited.
this. It's something that I created a few years ago. It was my way of like wanting to express myself. I went to school for film actually. So
Whoa.
like,
I
yeah.
didn't
So
know
for
that.
me, I wanted to make movies and, anyways, I'm gonna try to make this real short. But basically, you know, in film school, I went to Cal State Fullerton. I didn't really get to really do as much as I wanted to. I was battling being in the closet, which was really, really hard for me at the time. And so which at the time I'm like, oh man, I had the best story to tell. You know, I was like, shoot.
Shite.
Shite. So anyways, when I
Focaccia.
started Donas and Tortas, what'd you say?
Focaccia.
That's freaking focaccia.
Caught you doing that.
Anyway, so anyways, Donas and Tortas then has become this sort of like playing field, my playground. Back to the playing thing.
Cute.
To be creative, but also like be very close to like all the things I didn't like about myself. Like I have too many feelings. Like I love food. Like I didn't see a lot of people love food the way I did. And so I've sort of merged the two things where it's basically a place where we eat and we talk about our feelings. And so I've had the opportunity to interview amazing trailblazers, entrepreneurs, Latinas, LGBT folks. And we sit, we eat, and we talk about our feelings, and we have some heart to hearts. We have also coffee chats where we talk about mental health. And what I love about it is like I'm literally pulling people from the community. It's like people that, you know, like your everyday people. We've had some other people who are more known, but for the most part, most people are just like, you know, I meet people like I can, you know, Sergio and I'm like, you know what, let's do this coffee chat. And what I love about it is that people come out of it being like, wow, like, I guess I do have a story, or like, I guess, and that to me is the most beautiful part is like, we just can learn so much from everyone. And so that's what Donas and Tortas is.
So it's
Very
like a
beautiful.
podcast.
It is a podcast,
Okay.
but I like to say, I always like said a show because I
Show.
love the visual
Love that.
side of it. Like,
Yeah.
so it's most of the episodes are on YouTube. But, you know, I know the industry we're in now, so I've slowly been putting them on Spotify, but it's really meant to feel like a talk show, like a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I had my first live show last summer. We did like a in-person like live show. It was a whole show.
Wow. And that's on YouTube as well.
No, it's not on YouTube, which it should be.
Yeah.
We did record it.
Yeah, we did record it.
But I don't even want to go down that story. But like, it was very, it was the most beautiful day, but it also was scary. Because to realize one of your dreams, or to realize like all these people showed up for you, it can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
And so I haven't uploaded it because it's weird, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but
Success is scary sometimes.
Success is scary sometimes, dude.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that right now because a friend of mine is building a studio and he's doing a grand opening this Sunday. And I was going through the motions with him and putting everything in place. And because he's such a good friend of mine, it feels so intimate. I'm afraid of how many people are coming. Like, I'm like, damn, like this is exactly what we want, but this is so terrifying.
Wow.
So 100%.
Thank you. Yeah. What is that, by the way?
I don't know.
What is that?
It's a scary feeling, and the fact that we have this feeling is also scary because it's like, all right, I get it. We lost a lot in life, and we got used to being like losers in a lot of things. But come on, now that I'm successful, I'm also going to be scared. Like, where'd this thing come from?
Yeah, right.
So what's this new thing?
It's not a common feeling, right?
It's a common. I mean,
isn't-
it's not common because I don't win that often, and I don't have like a grand opening that often.
Okay,
let's pause. Yeah, let's
yeah.
pause.
You saw that, right?
That's terrifying.
It's okay. It's up right there.
You're 0 for 2. Oh.
You're supposed to say, "Holy shit!"
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Just hold that right there, brother. Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine, dude. It was more for. I was looking at for you.
Okay, let go.
I'm just like not gonna touch it.
No, you're fine. Now it's very, very
See?
sturdy.
Okay,
It was just, I guess.
No, you're good.
You want to hang on it and test it?
I'm just so strong.
No, I think that these two, it's the first time they have been tying since I first opened the studio. That's why it took them this long to get here.
I
But
see.
feel free to
Okay,
be
all right.
super comfy.
It ruined my joke.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Awesome.
No, I think I loved what you're saying about I will say one last thing about that, about the being scared. Somebody told me this. I'm not gonna. Sorry to get really like deep or
go
emotional
ahead.
about
People
this.
love
Exactly
deep.
what we're looking at for, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
Okay.
please, this is so cool.
So I was telling a friend about this. I was like, dude, I've been scared to look at the footage of this live show, and I don't know why? Like, I sometimes feel like, I feel like the little girl in me was like, was I humiliated? Like, am I embarrassed? Like, cause I was very vulnerable in the show, and it was like, I was the host, dude. Like, it was beautiful show, but I was like, oh my God, like they were all there for me. And she looked at me and she's like, all those people showed up for you because they care about you. And she's like, you deserve to have a good life, right? Like that everything's coming to you because it's like you're deserving of that. And it just hit me, dude. I was like, it's hard to see life that way sometimes when you're just like, oh, can I have a good life? And so I think that's part of why there's some of that fear, and I'm trying really hard to like allow myself to be like, yeah, like we should all be able to have a good life. Like we're all deserving of that. So
yes,
I think it's, and I feel like I join you on this journey because we probably grew up with different struggles, but we both struggled.
Mm-hmm.
We're so used to struggling.
Yeah.
We're so used to losing, and like we're so used to giving it our all and it falling right short of what was supposed to happen. We're so used to looking at our neighbors and see them have everything we want and do less than anything we've ever done. Like we're so used to these behaviors of us in kind of drawn on this portrait, always in a weak position, that the moment we see ourselves in a powerful position, we're like, do we even fit in this picture?
It's just the imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's like a pimple and it's flaring up in that moment. Like it's a maximum imposter syndrome feeling. I feel like for me, because I'm on camera a lot, I experienced that a lot of like, I did something crazy it was a cool video and it's finally out there and I got it, but do I even want to watch it? My way of approaching it, if it's of any use, is that, again, because I was such a no person my whole life, I recalibrated my understanding of a success by the fact that I just did it. If I did something, then I'm successful.
I love that.
So everything else is a cherry on top. If you look at the show and you're so charismatic and you're so funny, that's all a cherry on top. But the real success is that you did it.
Yeah.
And you didn't say no.
Yeah.
And you didn't self-sabotage every step to get that
to fruition.
to come into to bring it to fruition. Because some people self-sabotage is so aggressive that it kicks in even before that, and it allows them to prevent that whole thing from happening. So some people self-sabotage would call in sick that day, or just be like, guys, I can't take it. So we all have a level of self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Thank God that yours at least gets you off the ground, and then you can be worried about it later, but you did get it done.
I did.
So yeah.
Thank you. I love that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, I love that so much, Leo, because mine was things had to be perfect. So whenever I filmed, it had to be the lighting, the audio, everything had to be perfect. Until a friend of mine recommended me a book called Feck Perfection.
What's up with our curse words today? We can't just be straight up like
we're not going to get monetized. We're not gonna get monetized.
That's literally the way it's spelled out. Feck Perfection. That's the way it's spelled out.
That's fun.
And
That's fun.
and one of the things that I got from the book is done is better than perfect.
Oh.
And that helped me so much.
Yes, that's so good.
So what you're saying that is like, I feel more success that it's done. Could it have been better if I would have done this or I put a hair light on? Sure.
Always,
But it's done and people are enjoying it.
Those
They
hair
love it.
lights.
Getting good. I know.
We need to get some hair
What?
lights.
I was like, we need to get a hair light now.
I knew something was missing.
Yeah.
While he's talking, just Google it. Hair light.
No, I think it's so true. I think it's so true of most things in life. Like researching parenthood, it's like, I think somebody said something about, it's not about perfection, it's about being present. So I think that's what you're saying is very applicable to a lot of things that we do, the way we live our lives. So
Yeah.
thanks, dude.
Can I say something about parenting that
Sure.
I want to?
A ver?
I wish, like in college, they had us write this thing, and I always wanted, if there was a way to create where our kids can grow up in different eras of life, that way when they get to the era they're living in now, they appreciate what they have. I met some random guy at the beach. I was cycling and I met some random guy at the bench. It could have been Leo in an older version because he was very smart and just like open talking to me, right?
I'm a time traveler, bro. But yeah.
And he told
Look at
me,
the way he sees you. Very smart.
he told me, he's like, you know what you're writing is technology? And I was like, what do you mean? Like that bicycle is technology, but technology doesn't start until you're born. So somebody sees that bike and says, wow, this is an incredible piece of human creation. You just look at it as a bike. And that kind of like sparked that idea. Is like, I wish we could all go back to the era of like kids. you guys know what a pager is? Let me show you what a pager is.
Right.
Let me show you how hard it was to text message, or the idea of the iPhone. Like now, live where you're living at now and appreciate what you have. You know what I mean? Blockbuster and getting VHSs and not being able to watch anything at whatever time you want. Like all of that, I wish the kids would understand that, so that they know that how good they have it now.
The perspective.
Yeah.
We're first 6 months, no electricity in our house, so they can really, really appreciate it. That's
we're going Mormon.
I will say though, like as you were saying this, I was like, I'm sure that our own parents have the same feeling. So I almost wonder, like, 100%. As we embark on having this child, boom, is like, I wonder, like for them, like I'm nervous about the technology they're gonna have when they're like in their teenage 20 years. And we're like getting older, and I feel like in some ways we all do experience that. I don't know. I feel like
I think you just gotta embrace it instead of taking it for granted. Embrace it. Like I don't know where I heard this, but like someone said, like growing old is a privilege, right? So this idea of like being all gray haired, I know it's terrifying for some women, but for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna dye my hair purple.
Right.
Because I have a natural base now. That's the way I'm trying to, right? Like embracing it, because some people don't get to that point because of...
There's no time capsule, so enjoy however you can enjoy now.
Yeah. That's really cool. So yeah, even having kids is just, a blessing with all its challenges. Embrace it. I love that. Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, honestly, since we're throwing out parental pieces, I wanna throw something that means something to me. Maybe I'm not as worried about the technological advancements and the kind of the drastic difference, because like my dad would never know how to edit a video. Like there's so many things that I do like it's nothing that my dad would never understand. But there's one thing that I wish my parents had pushed me into practicing, which is rejection. We're so set up as children in a way to always be accepted to everything, accepted wherever you are, accepted. And I mean financial opportunities, school opportunities, you're always being accepted, right? And then the moment your parents let go, you start to get rejected from here, rejected from there, rejected in relationships. And you're like, holy shit, there's this whole part of life called rejection, and it hurts so much, and it changes the way I view reality. And so it's funny that you mentioned the whole photography thing. That whole thing started because when I first got into filmmaking, I was so afraid of rejection and trying to launch my business. Every time someone says no to me, it would throw me off so much that I was like, I need to beat this out of me. And how I would do it is practice things where I'm not offering something that's crucial, but there's still an opportunity to be rejected. And when I do these photo sessions, it's not like I have a softbox and a camera set up and I stand there waiting for people to take their picture. I actually go to them. So I'll go to Orange Circle. I'll do this about once a month. I'll set up my softbox and my camera, a whole photography setup. That's cool. And I'll walk to people and tell them, would you like a family photo? And 3 out of every 4 people say, no, thank you. And it's like this weird kind of rejective energy. And even though I'm not trying to make money out of it, you still feel like you got rejected and it hurts. So every few months, I'll make sure I have to get in one of those sessions, because getting used to that rejection is going to be all right. And at the end of it, making a friend that turns into a business opportunity. And it's just like, oh my God, you reprogram yourself to understanding that rejection is one of the steps you take to a really good opportunity. 100%. Versus acceptance being the first step in a good opportunity, which is what we're taught as children, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I think my kids, I want to teach them that like, hey, it's tough out here. Go do something where you'll get rejected so often that you'll get used to that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like go offer free car washes to people in the neighborhood and let some of them say no. Yeah. So yeah, that's my parental law.
I absolutely love that, because
I'm like,
my career, it's been creative. So you're gonna be at a point where you present something and someone higher up goes, this is trash. And with this business, she's got to experience a little bit of that, because she's been on the
I haven't said it was trash, but I've been on the one
she's been on the other side
working with creatives. Yeah.
And what really helped me is a very similar mindset, where it's, let's say like another writer comes up with copy that I think is so cool. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I suck, I'll never be like them. I love to go up to them and be like, how did you come up with that? Like, that is so cool. What inspired you? Like, and kind of like feed off of their energy. So this rejection is now an opportunity to learn something new.
I love that.
Yeah. You gotta lean into it. In the business, we've had rejection, but I always tell her, I'm like, oh, but now I get excited. I know you're gonna be like, what the hell? I get excited about rejection because I go, oh, well, now when the right person, the right fit of a client comes, I'm ready. I'm like, I know what I want to propose. I know how I'm going to do it. Or maybe maybe it's not a client, but maybe it's a partner opportunity. Or I just go, okay, like I just learn. I just go, okay, like I wonder what their concern was. Okay, how can I address
100%.
that? So it's leaning into the rejection.
Yeah.
But I think it goes back to, not to be all conceptual here, but I feel like a lot of it comes from, I'm assuming we're millennials here. Yes, millennial?
I think I am.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of parenting that happened where it was like a lot of coddling and like, I don't want my kid to suffer. I don't want my kid to feel these like bad
Negative
things.
emotions.
But that is not life. And so as we prepare to be parents, I'm like, I think it's important that this idea of rejection, I think, connects to that idea of like, suffering is part of the human experience, but you learn. You do learn. And what would suck is to suffer and not have learned the lesson. Then it's like, then why? What? And
And suffering is not always going to be like you're lying out on the street with a broken
Yes.
leg.
Yeah,
Suffering
that's what I mean by suffering.
Suffering could just be like, oh man, like I missed out on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's suffering
there's a
nonetheless.
spectrum there. Yeah. But kids need to feel it so that they know that life will have those moments, but oh man, when the right person says yes, like
It means so much
amazing.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
100%.
think we need to learn to understand that not everyone is going to say yes.
Yes.
Like really just truly understand like for example, football, right? Football season's coming.
Oof, I don't know anything about sports, so
Okay,
break it
no,
down for
but
me,
you will. It could be applied to anything. To me, it's crazy to think that any fan can think that their team is going to win all the games. So to me, it's like, why are you mad that they lost one out of so many? They're not going to go undefeated. It's almost impossible, right? They've done it, sure, but it's almost impossible. Yeah. So the same thing as a business owner. Not everybody is going to say yes to whatever I'm proposing, to my packages, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And when they say no, that's fine. It might not have been a good fit. I've heard stories of clients that have reached out to me and they said no, they went with someone else, and that person is telling me how hard it is as clients that they are. And I go, oh my gosh, I dodged the bullet. Yeah, so that's great. So I think it's also learning and accepting that will help you when they say no, it's okay. Yeah. That next one, like you said, it's going to be the hit and they're going to be your BFFs later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, and I don't like sports, but I can add to your analogy. It's also different. There's different seasons, right? There's always a new season. And not every season you're going to win the championship, right? But you still do it because you love the game, right?
Yep, exactly.
So you gotta
100%.
love if you're an entrepreneur, you gotta love the game.
Yeah.
And understand that every season is different. But love the game. Have fun while you're
exactly.
doing it. Shoot, because
train, don't stop.
Yeah, train,
keep working
don't stop.
hard, and then when it's game time, you're
right.
ready.
Train, stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, stretch.
No, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that you said that the suffering has a purpose. Is that a right rephrasing of what you said?
I would say so. I don't want to sound religious, please, but I just feel like in terms of the human experience, I feel like suffering is all emotions are valid. All emotions are there to help your growth and your direction and getting closer to who you really are. And
yes, I love that. So my thing is that I've been in so many different industries that, and I suffered the most in the filmmaking industry, but
it's a hard one.
It's a hard one, but I've had the most pleasure in the filmmaking industry, and I think that suffering is fine so long as it's done with purpose. And like you said, choose something you're passionate about, have a strong why, because all that suffering is going to be translated into the sweetness of the success you have.
Yes.
Versus if you're doing something that someone else chose for you, or doing something just to impress people, and you don't have a solid foundation, all that suffering will register as only pain and nothing else.
100%.
So having this connection, and I keep re-mentioning this, but holistic health, it's becoming a popular topic. Holistic dentists, holistic doctors, and the word holistic means approaching the body as a whole, treating everything as if it's all connected instead of treating things as if they're separated. And ever since this has become a trend in the medical field, I've been more aware of it in my personal life, where it's like how I feel, the relationship I have with the partner that I'm doing business with, everything's actually connected.
Oh yeah.
The way you suffer in a business is going to turn out a certain this way or that way based on, do you have a why? Did you choose this? Are you excited about it? And everything in life is connected. Health, relationships, romantic relationships, financial status, everything's connected. 100%. And if there's one thing that I feel like, seeps into everything, it's that be super intentional with everything you do, because nothing is going to go like, nothing is going to be forgotten in the story of life. Like everything is.
To your point, as entrepreneurs, like the only way you can show up for this man right here and for this is because you got to show up for yourself. Like you really do. I have to show up for myself and take care of myself so I can be a good wife. I can be a good partner, business partner with her. So yeah, it starts with you and then it all connects. And, her and I, have had many, like you two will come across this too, where you're going to have really communicate all the good and the bad and be real and be honest. And having this business has really, I guess, like pushed us to just be like very honest about the good and the bad. Like, I don't know if you want to comment a little bit about that, because that's the reality when you're working with people is that sort of vulnerability.
It encourages you, like you said, to be vulnerable and to be vocal about your needs. Because to your point, if she persuaded me to do something that I didn't want to do, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be terrible. I'm not going to have any fun. But if I'm like, you know what? I actually do want to do this, it makes the experience a lot better. Because there have been some things where she invites me and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely knowing when to say no if you need to say no. Absolutely.
Yeah. And even when things are like good, like always check in and say, hey, like how are we doing? Like, because sometimes it's like we push ourselves because we want to be there for each other, but like we're like, what's going on? Like what's are you good? Like you're not good. It's okay. Like let's talk about it, because doing projects like this and being an entrepreneur, it's so personal, so emotional, and making sure that there's health in that is it can only result in like good energy and good products,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think relationships get stronger when like you're there for each other when tragic moments happen, right? So the thing that I really enjoy about Leo is that he's both of us actually are very open to like discussing how we're feeling, like you know what I mean. And like earlier today,
that. I love this.
Today
with men, I'm gonna be honest, I don't hear this very often, so it's refreshing.
No, yeah, it for me too. Cool. And so to have somebody that's like, because he was talking to me how like he mentioned it earlier, how his body doesn't feel as strong as it should be. He's feeling a little like tired too soon and this and that. Yeah. And I love that he mentioned that, because now I was like kind of helping him. All right, now we need structure. You're just go. You you don't even have a time when you need go to sleep, because if someone invites you, you have FOMO, and then you're just up till 2 a.m, and then you're up and we have a podcast at 9 a.m.
Right.
Like you have to take care of your body now, But I love that he brought it up. So then I can help him out. And it's been vice versa, where I'm not feeling it one day. Yeah. I show up in the studio and just seeing him and his energy, I'm like, whoa, it picks me up. You know what I mean? So that's something. But back to the whole tragic thing, I am waiting, because I know it's not going to be perfect all the time. Like our relationship right now is really good, but I'm also waiting for that conflict that's going to happen. And I want to see how we're going to resolve it. Yep. I do have high confidence in it because of the way he is in general. And I am as well. But I know that there's going to be something that's going to that's going to test our friendship. Yep. And that's when it's going to really show like, are we really good friends, or is this really a good relationship, or is it gonna break us? Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah.
100%.
That's good that you're like
anticipating,
but you're also like, you can't I think what I'm sure gives you peace is like, well, people show you who they are. He's already showing you who he is. Yeah. So it's like I think it's important to have that context when that situation arises. It's like, well, he hasn't given me a reason, like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like that his actions also show for something, and vice versa. Like I think that what makes the best relationships and friendships, when it's like you don't judge somebody for one moment, and that you 100%. Really like holistically see the whole picture and be like, okay, something's up. Yeah. What's going on,
Yeah. One of my favorite moments is we were in the car and he just wanted to take a trip down the canyon thing. And we're bumping music, and randomly, like a movie in my head, he yells. He just yells. it doesn't startle me, but it makes me like happy.
Okay.
To just see him just be himself and just yell, right? And it was kind of like
to my ex.
It was
Into the Mountains.
He did. And it was
look at this
it was,
bromance.
it was like a movie. I like just love. Like I love cinema, so I watch it all the time. And to have experienced like a scene of a movie, it was kind of cool. And I was like, oh, that's fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't always like this, by the way. I wasn't always like expressive, and only again with this like new chapter of my life where I'm learning that the holistic things, everything's connected. How you feel is connected. And I host a couple podcasts for different therapists. And I sit there and I'm forced to listen about this stuff. It's not even
That's
like
your therapy.
I'm forced to listen, and eventually it starts to creep in. Like I'm like, okay, like how it was never a conversation to me. It was never important for me to discuss how I felt about anything, right? Ever. But listening to these podcasts back to back, and shout out to Evolve Your Blueprint, one of my podcast clients. They talk about all this stuff, like talking about your feelings. And it's especially important for men because like we're the first to shy away from this stuff. So it's like I've been a lot more healthy. I've had stronger bonds since changing this approach because like I'm able to. I'm still a guy and I like to be rational all the time, and I don't like to be emotional.
Why don't you like to be emotional?
I just feel like it's a genetic thing. I don't know what it is. Like
what are the feelings that come up when you do become emotional?
I think my fear of being emotional comes from my fear of revealing vulnerability. So and naturally, and that's an innate feeling. That's not. I don't feel like I learned that. I feel like naturally, ever since I was born, I don't like to show people any weakness, any little crevice that someone can. Because some people exploit your weaknesses. Some people, when they find out what makes you uncomfortable, they want to pry at that. And I think that's where that protectiveness comes from. Of like hiding my vulnerability is like hiding these little pain points that you might use to manipulate me or hurt me. And unfortunately, some people do think that way. And especially when you're younger and less wise. But a whole rabbit hole. But yeah, but
I love this rabbit hole.
But yes,
best.
But what I've been doing recently is like to make myself more comfortable at talking about emotions is treating them as a rational thing. So for example, I might have said something to Sergio, and I think that it might have been misinterpreted. Instead of being uncomfortable with sharing the emotions about that, I'll be like, all right, so we have an equation here, which is this is my really. I'd rationalize the emotions,
That's what you are.
It beautifies in my eyes. It beautifies the whole concept of sharing my emotions because suddenly I feels like I'm doing some math versus you know what I mean?
It makes it
like
accessible
sugarcoating.
to you.
It's sugarcoating a diet thing that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
he
wait.
did that once. It shocked me.
You're very.
I am, but I definitely relate to this idea of vulnerability because it's like I'm a first gen immigrant, so my experience has been kind of helping my family navigate like culture and all this, right? So whenever I have a moment where I don't understand something, it makes me feel like, oh shit, I should know, right? If I'm the one guiding everybody else, why don't I know this? And kind of realizing that asking for help, it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's like I'm recognizing where I lack and I'm reaching out to someone that excels in that to help me overcome that, like my roadblock.
Yes, I love that.
Acknowledging that for like what you're lacking, that's what's hard, right? Because you're so used to being the one who's supposed to have all the answers or should understand it the first time around.
Absolutely. I love that. And you're going to love Evolve Your Blueprint because I think 3 of the 4 co-hosts are Latino. And they talk about that particular struggle of being kind of the leader of the ship for your family coming from Mexico or Brazil or somewhere in Latin America into the US, navigating them because you speak very eloquently, you're highly educated, you speak this foreign language of living in America, and suddenly you're taking on roles like all the ICE stuff that was happening. They did a whole episode about that, and everyone was just crying because there's just so many emotions to unpack, and it was such a huge struggle. And they weren't just worried about themselves; they're worried about how they're going to translate everything that's going on to their families. So it's very, very intimate stuff, like very, very effective. But yeah, I think I love that. So the name of this podcast is Visionary Circle Podcast, and I feel like that name is really showing the context of the podcast because this is supposed to be an episode with 2 people that own a marketing company. Here we are talking about emotions, and it's not out of place, and it's not out of context. It's actually more in place than anything else because as a visionary everything is holistic. It's a full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Everything comes full circle. So if you're a creative or you have a marketing company, you have a baby on the way, all this stuff is connected. Everything comes full circle. And if you neglect any aspect of this because you feel like you just want to stay on topic or you don't want to feel like you're uncomfortable venturing into different conversations, then your business will crumble. Your relationship will suffer. Something will be missing and you're going to be sitting there wondering, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that happened. Well, it's because you neglected a whole aspect of foundation for your business or for your relationship, and everything's connected. So I love that we can do this in this podcast. Like go into these like rabbit holes right and left, but it's all connected. We come back full circle. We didn't go anywhere too distant from the topic. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And as you say that, Leo, as you say that, because what's great is that we're all entrepreneurs here in this room. It's like, dude, like I feel like being an entrepreneur is like it's the most powerful or like adventurous like vehicle to like really building like who you really are and like the best version of yourself, because it's because
you're being tested from every angle.
You're being tested and you're naked at the same time.
100%. And you don't know how naked you are until you do your first pitch, or you try to make your first $100, or try to make your first rent from your new business, not your 9-to-5.
But then you're also being completely intentional and purposeful of like what do you want to do with your life? What is the impact you want to make? Like it's like you are in the driver's seat.
Yes.
Maybe you're driving a shitty car, but you know, like maybe one day you will get the fancy whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's
so how can from our viewers, we have a lot of creatives and entrepreneurs that are currently listeners and viewers of the episode. What are they going to approach you for, and how can they approach you?
Do you want to take that? No, you don't want to. I can tell.
I'm like, well, this is a big moment. Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. Well,
I'll jump in where needed.
Okay, so from the Hire AS perspective, if you're a small business owner, nonprofit, professional, or executive director, like if you're looking to really elevate your marketing and really build strategic storytelling so you could really reach the right audience and reach your goals through marketing, please contact us. We're on all the social media platforms. If you are looking to find good food and deep conversation, go to our YouTube on Donas and Tortas. And also just honestly, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, you know, you can always follow us or contact us, because you know, we also want to mentor people and, you know, support people on their journey. So anything else you think?
Absolutely. The community is very important. So even if you're not looking for marketing help, like if you think our vibe is cool enough and you want to partake, go for it.
Yeah. We started doing like marketing mixers, and we obviously have the live event. So we want to continue to explore opportunities to bring community together. And so, yeah.
I love that. So Hire AS, HIREELLAS.
Yes.
That's your first Instagram?
Yes.
And Donuts and Tortas?
Oh, yes.
How do we spell that?
So a lot of people write donas, but it's actually donuts.
With a T.
With a T. So DONUTS. And then E like and, but in Spanish.
Okay. Y.
So the Y.
Oh, okay.
Tortas. So
EY.
Donuts, Y.
Okay.
Tortas.
Okay.
So the Y is E in Spanish. Yeah.
Love it. So Donuts, Y, Tortas, TORTAS.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, I think we definitely, with the Visionary Circle, we're looking, there's no limit to how far we're going to take this podcast. Like we're shooting like super, super high, God willing that, you know, doors open for us. So we're definitely going to be reaching out sometime soon on like really next level marketing approaches, really kind of getting analysis of what we've been doing, running our stats and how we can improve. But, you know, it was so nice to meet you guys. I'm so excited for your baby. This is going to be...
We're excited for our baby too. But no, I just want to say thank you so much for thinking of us. We're still very, we're newbies. So really appreciate that you saw something, and hopefully we provided some good inspo, and I really enjoyed the conversation. For us, I think it's always wonderful to meet men who are like kind and welcoming, and
thank you so much.
It's a special thing. So thank you for being those guys. So
Yes,
And
thank you
I
so
wish
much.
you all the best. And
felt
we're here to
something
help whatever you want. Like,
Likewise, if there's
Happy.
anything we can help with the studio,
Yeah.
anything filmmaking related, we're also.
I know, I'm so
all hands
excited
on
about this
deck.
filmmaking stuff. I have so many questions.
So my confession is I just brought you because I want to hang out with you guys.
Whatever.
I'm serious.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wow. I have all these business cards in my pocket for nothing.
Nothing. Nope.
Damn.
Just wanted to hang out. You guys just have great energy, and you guys help me out because we're always behind the camera. So when I saw them at the event, they had me in front of the camera,
Yeah.
and they just made me feel comfortable. And they did what I did to my clients, so that was great. And I appreciate you guys for showing up. Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we know gender?
We do. It's gonna be a girl.
Her name's gonna be Focaccia.
Fakasha.
It's a girl.
It's a girl. All that cheese. And she's gonna hopefully come here in December.
December.
So yeah.
So exciting.
Do you have a name?
We do.
Focaccia.
No.
Focaccia.
Tell her.
The real name.
If you guys are ready, like don't no
you-
zero
we
pressure.
do. We're very proud of her name.
Okay.
So her name's gonna be Paola.
Paola.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's
The
whole
middle name is Victoria. So Paola Victoria.
So Paola Victoria Diaz.
Whoa,
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
So watch
powerful.
out.
that's like a name you see on a sculpture,
See
like
that?
an epic
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
She's
epic.
gonna star in telenovelas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
We'll have her on the pod in January.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what was it like in there?
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thanks again, guys, for being
No,
here.
thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Now I want some focaccia bread, but
Yeah, this was
I'm, like,
definitely a
craving.
hungry, like appetizing
Right?
episode. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being
Thank
here,
you.
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you guys on the next episode.
bye.
It's a wrap.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Como dice?
Sit.
Sit.
That was $1 million.